Honestly, I have to keep looking in the corner to see if we've gone live or not. Hi, you are listening to SG1 Radio right here, right now with me, Naz. And I'm really, really pleased because one, it feels like it's been a really long time since I've done one of these live interview sessions. And I don't want to say when it was the last time, maybe early in the year or something. But I'm really glad because first ever live show for February, I have a really lovely guest joining me today. And this guest, I met her actually a year ago at Foster G's concert. And when I met her, it didn't feel like I was meeting her for the first time. In fact, she was so lovely, so friendly, so warm that I'm so glad that I'll be speaking with her today. So can we please welcome singer and performer Anami Bose. Anami, how are you doing?
Hi, Naz. Nice to be here with you. Thank you for having me.
It's honestly such a pleasure. Because oh my gosh, I think our listeners definitely have loads to learn about. But for starters, how's lockdown 3 treating you?
It's been 50-50. So obviously, with all the news and everything that is going on, the doom and the gloom and the apprehension, yes, it impacts on everybody. But I've been doing what I can do through my normal day-to-day work, and also finding time to practice and learn a lot of music, and and making the most of it, really, because I've worked from a very young age and not had this opportunity to be home. And so I would, with everything, there's two sides to a coin. And yes, some of it is very saddening what is happening, but on the other hand, I've been very careful as to what I do, keeping with the government guidelines, and just doing everything I can to help, actually. And at the same time, find some me time. I'm working from home, so that gives me a lot of me time for music and creative work, as you can see.
That's pretty good.
So
you mentioned very briefly as well about your day job. Are you able to tell us a bit about that, please?
Okay, yes. So I am a qualified project manager, but I work for my local council as a team leader in the business management team. And our job is obviously to make sure the whole of social care runs smoothly. So it keeps me very busy. And we're right on the onset when COVID first came in, the hotline for the borough was under me. So it was the first lot of emotive content that was coming straight through to me, because people were calling for help. They had seen a lot of things on the website. They did not quite know where to go for help, and they were calling their local council to see if we could facilitate all of that for them. So that's how it all started. But I felt very privileged that I could actually do something at such a time where everybody else was wondering how could they contribute. I was able to actually contribute in a positive manner, in a hands-on manner, by guiding our residents to the right places.
That's fantastic. So how have you been balancing it with your musical career? Because I'm really excited about hearing about all the great things that you've been up to.
So it's given me a lot of time to actually practice music, and dedicate a considerable amount of time to it, to learning the nuances of Hindustani classical. And a miracle happened this year, actually, for me, because late last year, I had started training with Mangal Uncle Ji, who's a veteran Bollywood playback artist, and he used to lead a band called Chirag Pehchan for many, many years. Many people will know him because he was like the university heartthrob, doing gigs and things like that. Very, very prolific singer. And he accepted me as his student towards the end of last year, and I started training with him on Bollywood and on the little bits and bobs that you need to know about playback and about how Bollywood was sung, because the songs have a lot of dimension in them, and it's important to know how to sing it, what kind of weight to put on what words, so on and so forth. So that was going on. And then I am an avid lover of ghazals as well. So I have been going to Tausif Ji's ghazal programs for the last 3 years. And I had asked him ages ago, would you accept me as your student? And obviously, it didn't quite happen then. But the magical thing is that this year, he said, yes, I will. So the magic of it is that I have got these two tremendous artists, prolific artists, proven artists in the industry who are both guiding me in the different disciplines and the genres. And they are like my, mentors, my philosophers and guide in music, as well as very strict teachers. So putting up with two strict teachers is...
You're learning from the best, honestly.
I am. But the COVID lockdown has come as a blessing because I couldn't have found the time otherwise to balance the two different teachings.
What's been like your most favorite feedback or appreciation that you've received from your gurus? I'm very curious to know.
You might have to ask them. Probably they think I'm really cheeky and naughty and which I am. But I'm also very respectful and very serious about this art form. It's something I wanted to do as a kid, and I didn't get a chance to, and so I decided to visit it now. And it's, as it says, it's never too late to learn anything, especially music, because it's one of those things that goes with you all the way till the end. It never leaves you, so yeah. But the feedback from Mangal Uncle Ji, he often tells me that don't worry, if I'm learning a difficult piece of music, he says, don't worry, your dad's here. Yeah. That's what he says to me, and he does teach me like as if I was his child. So that's lovely. And I think both Tausif Ji and Mangal Singh Ji have said that my ability to pick up a tune or ability to pick up what they're trying to teach me is very good and very high. But I think that comes down to the fact that they are very good at explaining what is required. My mom, she's a head teacher, retired now, and she always used to say this to me, that you will get a lot of teachers, but not everybody can teach.
She said that very correct, actually. And speaking about your mum and your parents as well, because I understand that there are ardent appreciators of art, like your mum being a vocalist during her younger years. And then I also hear that your father would also bring you back cassettes of popular bands where you travel to. Like, what he knew, like, seriously, the golden era of cassettes with the side A and side B, like,
yes,
this had an influence in your initial interest in music.
Yes, I mean, music was always played. Radio was always played in my house as I was growing up. And we had homework time when the radio would be very low. Yeah. So the thing with India, because I was born in India and I grew up there in my early years, is that it's hot. So all the windows are open. And although your radio in your house is low, you can hear it next door. Yeah. So I used to sit and do my homework, and my 1 ear would be there and my 1 ear would be trying to listen if my mom's walking in or not. to see if I'm doing my studies. And when she walked in, obviously I was totally focused. And the moment she walked away, I'd be like, oh, what's that song going on? So I couldn't, it's not that I didn't want to study. I did. I enjoyed studying. But there was this strange pull from music that nothing else mattered. When I was listening to something, I used to lose myself. And that was specifically with Lataji and Ashaji songs that I grew up with. And also a couple of Bengali artists. Aarti Mukherjee, I really like her songs as well. Hemanda, Kishorda, all these people. So I used to listen to their songs. So yeah, my mom, but at home, once the studies time was over, we used to play and listen to all the top of the pops, if you like, the Indian style, whatever was in, and the golden oldies, a lot of bhajans and ghazals. And my introduction to ghazals was through my dad, actually. Because he bought me
I wonder which cassette he bought you on.
he bought me Beyond Time.
Yeah.
Beyond Time. And I was listening to that, and then I said, Dad, I really like these ghazals. I'd really like to collect the Jagjit Singh collection. So every month he would get me a cassette, and and then gradually I collected up, and I still have them all at my mom and dad's house. All of those cassettes are still there, and also quite a few of Lataji's unforgettable tunes, Ashaji's. So my dad would encourage me in that way. It was kind of like an incentive to work hard and study hard. So I would get a cassette in, and so.
Beautiful.
Yes, yeah, and I think my childhood, that was one of my major incentives besides ice cream, was music cassettes.
But,
Yeah, go on.
No, it's just amazing because because also I understand that you moved to the UK as well when you were only 19, I believe, and then you worked and then you studied simultaneously. But at some point, you set aside your musical career. What happened there, Anami? Like, what did you set it aside? Because you are really fond of it, I can see, and and even from a young age, you've had that interest.
I think I would say UK happened to me. Life happened to me in the UK.
Oh.
And having come from abroad as well, having come from India, I had to figure out my ways here, and B, I'm one of those people that second best is not good enough for me. I always have to try and be my best, not competing with anybody else, but more so my best. So I always like to challenge myself and see how far I can go. And so when I entered finance, I had to fully drive myself to become one of the known names in the city at the time. And that this conversation that, oh, she's from India, from another country, or those shouldn't come into play. And I felt that hard work should always eradicate any such concepts or thoughts. If people are thinking, yes, but this, yes, but that, I think hard work always pays off. So I started working really hard in finance and doing my courses and my education, obviously. And life took its course. And I stopped singing, but I never stopped listening. My car always had the latest songs playing every time I could. And back then in the UK, they started to bring out the CDs. So I would collect the CDs, and my car, the glove compartment won't shut because there's so many CDs in there. So I was very glad when USBs came up because my glove compartment's got space in it.
I was quite.
Oh, I think we've lost some of the sound. I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How's it gone? Yeah. Honestly, I feel really glad as well that we've had USB come in. It can store so much music. But it's amazing when you think about it as well. Like from cassettes to CDs to USBs to Bluetooth. The way music has digitalized, it's unbelievable. But I do think, when they say golden era, it is literally, you can't replace that.
Absolutely.
And before the interview as well, I was saying that you're working with perhaps one of the best organisations out there of UK, Subrung International.
Absolutely. Yeah. Total team of professionals.
You literally have got the best. So do tell us about your collaboration with Subrung International and your forthcoming cover series.
Okay, thank you. Well, it all transpired from when I was talking about singing golden oldies without. So I have this passion of singing golden oldies as close to the original as possible without tampering with it in any way. And I'm very passionate about that because I feel that each of those songs are a piece of history. If we go back into researching how they were recorded, how they were composed, how they were prepared and then arranged and then actually sung, and if you made a mistake, redo the whole thing. Each of them are a piece of history. And I think for the honor of that history, at least we should try and sing to the originals as best as possible and keep the quality of that intact. So we was talking about that, and we were talking about some of the remixes that have come along nowadays, and they're not very tasteful. And
you're right there. You are very right.
It is my personal opinion. I know that there's a lot of people that do like the remixes, and absolutely, if you like that sort of peppy music, it's quite great. But I think there is a lot of literature around now that people could produce good music, but for some reason, and this is why I call the golden era the golden era, and the foundation of Hindustani pop music, is that no matter what, you can do so many songs of the current era, and then you remix one song of the golden era, and it's a huge hit. It always goes straight up to the top of the chart. And that is the power of the golden era, is that those songs, those compositions are beyond comparison. They are pieces of history. No matter how you present it, it's always popular, even with the youngsters of today. And some of the youngsters of today actually have started listening to these old songs because of the remixes. So that's where the remixes are great. But it would be lovely to bring the original versions to them as well. And that's what we were talking about with Sabrang International. And they said, well, we should think about maybe doing a series of just cover songs of the old golden era, and that's how it all started. But we started the project, and then lockdown happened.
Oh, so how did you manage with lockdown then?
Well, that's where I think Sabrang's fantastic, because we had recorded the contents, but of course, all the editing and all the work that they needed to do it independently in my absence. And then send them to me for quality checks and to say, are you happy with this? Is this what it should sound like? Oh, I think you should do that. Or perhaps maybe we should do this. So they gave me a lot of their ideas. They took a lot of my ideas on board as well, and my requirements. And they managed to pull this thing off despite all of these rules and regulations. And we were actually really careful as well about making sure that we were responsible and did not pass it on to anybody or things like that. So we had to be responsible ourselves with COVID. So of course we had the content, but then they had to then go and edit everything and put everything together. But you know what? They really know what they're doing. Fantastic team of technicians. They really know what they're doing. And where our wavelengths match is, I've always felt, do less but do good quality work. And that's exactly the ethos of Sabrang, is that anything that they put out is top quality, otherwise you won't go out.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And my experience with them has been fantastic. And I'm still trying to find one that is another organization equivalent to Sabrang. Because you are right, with quality, they do not compromise at all. And you can see by their choice of artists, their choice of music, and
production, the audiovisual quality
is amazing. So are there any memorable moments you can share with us during the time of recording your covers?
Yes. So obviously this is my first cover series I've ever brought forward. You probably know that I'm quite a new artist in the UK, and I think that, like you said, that music has changed. Music has changed from the LPs to the short playing, to the cassette, to the CD, to the mini CDs, and now USB. And I think that music platform needs to travel with that. And so I decided to go digital and go and record my own cover CDs. And also I felt that it allowed me to reach everybody in their kitchens, in their homes, while they were going to sleep, while they were working out, or while they were driving a car. It just allowed me to reach people's everyday lives, because everyone's busy doing things. They can't sometimes put their time aside just to listen to music, although lots of people do. But if I did it this way, I could be with them all the time on their phone, and that was my purpose, that I wanted to do this and dedicate it to the golden oldie era kind of thing. So when I first sat down, I was very nervous, very, very nervous, because because I felt all those thoughts were going through my head. All these things that I've just said to you were kind of going around like marbles. When you play with marbles and they make that rattle.
What an example! And I'm serious.
It was like in my brain. The fact that I'm a new artist, the fact that there be expectations, the fact that
people though, like.
And then also I think there's a lot of people that listen to me. Some of them because they love me and they listen to me. Some of them because I've reached them through my music and they listen to me. And the love of all these people and the time that they give me to listen to me, to comment on my posts, I couldn't let them down. I had to do the kind of quality of work that they will feel that, okay, it's a treat to listen to this. So all of those thoughts were going through in my head. And I really had to sort of say to myself, right, forget all of this, because I think that just think about the song itself. And I have got this thing with the songs that when I start singing, then it's just me and the song. There's nothing else. It's just the relationship between me and the song. And as soon as I started, I realized how strong that bond was, because all that nervousness just disappeared. But I also had a lot of encouragement from the recording team. I could see them going, keep going, and they did say that they didn't need to make as many takes, and which was great. But it was a lot of laughs as well. I think they made it funny for me. They made it comfortable. Anything I needed, they would get for me, between outfit changes and things like that. When we were doing the videos, we were laughing the whole time. In fact, at the end of the night, when we finished recording, my jaws were hurting, but so was my stomach. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Just from smiling and laughing. So it was just fun. Yeah. And I think that's very much visible in the videos you'll see, because a lot of the times there was things happening which had made me laugh as I was singing the song. And we've kept them in because we thought they're natural. So we've kept them in. But there was things happening behind that I could see, and which was making me laugh. So no, they made it a really, really pleasurable, comfortable experience for me. And I think they've just got me addicted now. I think this is not going to be the end of it.
No, I mean, we've still got lots to see. And the first cover song is releasing on 14th of February. Am I correct?
Valentine's. Yes, that's right. It's Valentine's Day.
Are you able to put any details about it?
Yep. So it's releasing both on my website and on YouTube. If you go to anamibose.com, the video will be there, and you can just press on the video and it'll take you to the link and it'll play it. I'll also release it on Facebook and on YouTube. All those people that have subscribed on my YouTube channel, you'll get a reminder to say it's premiering. There's like 3 days to go. So if any of you have thought, I'm going to subscribe and then just have forgotten it, just quickly go now and subscribe it, because what I would like is for as many of you to listen to it, because it's a really fun song. There's actually a story about that song, Naz. Do we have time to talk about that?
Yes, we do. I have all the time for you, girl. Go for it.
Okay, thank you. So the first song that I've done, the video cover, is called Ye Sama. And when I first came into the music scene, and I hope my colleagues and some of the musicians will just laugh with me at this rather than take any offense, is that there's a pseudonym, there's a nickname for it, which is called the national anthem of Indian female vocalists, because it is seen as a very easy song to sing and a very peppy song to sing. And it's a very popular starting number for people. So I did not know what's the national song. So when I first, started singing, and I went from no training straight onto stage, and they said, "Oh, chalo shuru ho jao national anthem ke saath." तो मुझे लगा
the national anthem.
So I thought that maybe they're talking. I'm like, which national anthem is it? The English one, the Indian one, Jana Gana Mana? Which one are they talking about? I said, Ye Sama. I said, oh, so that's called the national anthem. So these are all part of the learning curve as you come into any scene from an outside. Because I came from finance, I was never in music. So I thought, you know what? If I'm going to do my cover series, the first song has got to be that. Yeah. Because the number of laughs I've had at that name.
Yeah,
I think to attribute to all the female artists in the UK who might have heard at some stage or the other that this is a national anthem, this song is dedicated to all of them, because we have all probably heard that at some stage. And I genuinely think it's a very peppy, fresh, young, innocent number. Picturization is great on Shashi Kapoor and Nanda, and just a fun song. But also it's a love song, so hence Valentine's Day. Trying to spread some love.
Good way as well. Out of the cover series as well, what has been your most favorite song that you've recorded for?
Do you know what? It would be really difficult to say which one, because I love every single one of them. every single song I've sung is the pieces of gems. One is a diamond, then the other is a sapphire and a ruby, and so on and so forth. So I couldn't say which one. I'd say I'd like to wear all of them on a ring, like the 9-jewel ring that everybody wears, like the medallion with all the nagme on it, because these are all nagme. And they're all jewels, and I would love to actually. I'm very proud of every single one of them. They're all very different. There's different moods there. There's some sensuous songs, some peppy songs, some tricky songs, some semi-classicals. Yeah, a wide variety of songs in there. But I wouldn't like to choose. I'm just really proud of all of them. Really, really am.
Oh, that is really nice. Like, nice to hear that they're your babies, literally.
Yes, yeah. It's tricky.
It's amazing. But so, what can we hear from you in the coming months? So you have to tell us what we'll be expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I put the audios out on my channel if anybody wants to sort of have a look at that. But I've chosen songs like, obviously, Ye Sama. Then I've chosen songs like a bit of a dancey number like Tune O Rangile Kaisa Jadoo Kiya, because that's always a very, very popular number. Everybody loves singing to that. And then Dil To Hai Dil, an eternal number of Lataji, and one of the highest downloaded numbers actually in the download charts. Asha ji, obviously, Ye Hai Reshmi Zulfo Ka Andhera. I think that's such a sensuous song. Mumtaz has looked so nice in it. And then I've got songs like Roz Sham Aati Thi. The very popular number Ek Pyar Ka Nagma. So there's all these songs are all there. I've tried to choose songs which are either have been requested a lot, or it gets requested a lot because it's people's favorite, or because they've got really nice peppy rhythm. So we can provide like a set of songs that are have got different flavors to them.
Yeah.
But that's the cover series. That's the first one that's being launched. There's already things in place for a next lot, so watch out. Which would be very, very different to this. But yeah.
So it's really, really exciting. And what words of advice would you give to those looking to enter the music industry, particularly during these current times?
Oh, Naz, I could hardly give advice to anybody when I'm always looking for advice myself.
As well, because it's very inspirational how, you took, you did your work during the pandemic as well, actually, even though you've recorded beforehand. But the way that you're showing continuation and you're letting your determination, like, sell through it, it's amazing. I think it's really inspiring, Anami. So, and I'm very sure that our listeners would feel equally as inspired hearing from you. So you're the perfect person for an advice.
I think I can only say what I felt. Everybody's situation is very different. I felt that I ought to believe in myself, and I ought to have the right amount of expectations of myself, not too much that I can't meet it, and not so low that I can't aim for something higher. And also push myself and train myself and be true. So not just expect that I'll sing a piece of song and then get lots of applause, but actually work on those songs, be true to them, and be honest to the art form, so that those people who are giving me their time to listen, they're burning their ears and putting their headphones on to listen to those songs, that I'm providing them with the right service that I should, because they are giving me the privilege of their time. And I have felt that every single time I've done a show, I felt that people have the choice to go anywhere they want to. They can drive somewhere, they can go and eat something, they can watch a movie. They are choosing to listen to me. That speaks volumes, and that places a responsibility on my shoulder. That means that nothing less than my best will do. So that's what I have always told myself, that believe in yourself, work hard, and explore and work towards it, because that should be your goal, is working towards it, because everything else will follow if you can give people what they're looking for.
Yeah, you said it really right, actually, as well. And before we do finish as well, we've received some really lovely messages on the live feed and for you, and I really would love to share them. So we have Tosif G being one of the first ones to comment, saying, "Hello, Naz and Anami. Nice to see you both. Well, Tosiji, I really hope you heard us praising you as well, actually. The Tosiji is amazing, honestly. I think,
Tausif Ji is just he's
yeah,
honestly so attentive and so
yeah,
focused on where I need to get, and he always says to me, "You are my responsibility. Shagird ek ustad ki responsibility hoti hai, aur I will make sure I do everything." And he does more than that, to be honest, for me. So
he
I,
goes
yeah,
way beyond. Honestly, he's amazing. And
yeah,
as I said, you have had some of the best mentors, definitely.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing. We've had Vicky Chaudhary as well saying hi, salam, walaikum salam, Vicky. Thanks for
Walaikum salam.
tuning in. Rizwan Rafi, good evening, Anami Bose and Naz. Oh, thank you.
Hi, Riz. Hi, Riz is Mohammed Rafi Saab's grandson. So
Really? Oh,
yes, yeah,
amazing.
yeah, and a very very dear family friend of mine, him and his wife and his kids. Yes, so
Oh, amazing.
I'm so privileged. Thank you for tuning in, Riz. Thank you.
Oh, amazing. We've got Rupinder Sangha as well. Great conversation. Keep going, Anami.
Thank you. This is actually a Rupi's creation that I'm wearing. Um,
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
I knew you were wearing something really pretty, by the way. So yeah, that,
Rupinder's very creative. She'll present me with pieces, and then I'll say I don't want this, I want that, and yeah, she do whatever I like, whatever I ask her. So yes, check her website or check her out on Facebook.
yeah, honestly, fantastic. Rohan Shukla also tuned in from India. Thank you, Rohan.
Hi,
We've got Sabrang International saying thank you, Naz and Anami.
hi.
Thank you. What a lovely team. And I'm just going to go through. Oh, and Sabrang International, they've also said, you are an amazing artist to work with, Anami. We had a good time recording and shooting you at our studios. How lovely is that?
Thank
Oh,
you so much. I had fun too. Thank you for making it such a lovely experience for me.
yeah. Our executive producer, Ray Midwinter, also tuned in saying, nice interview. Thank you, Ray.
Thank you.
We've got Sadiq Siddiqui saying, very nice, Nazma Chowdhury. Thank you. Really nice having all these. Oh, my cousin from America, Pension Up, also tuned in, saying hi, Naz. Thank you. Honestly, it's really nice. So, Anami, how can our listeners keep up to date with you and your work? You mentioned your YouTube channel. Are you
Yeah.
also active on any other social media platforms?
Yes, so I have got my own website, which is anamibose.com. I'm on Instagram, so I like posting my pictures and anything that I'm doing. So I'm a bit of a recently turned Instagrammer.
Yeah.
That was my daughter. She was continuously on Instagram and Snapchat. I was like, okay, that's something I need to get into.
Yeah.
So that's something I've got into. So yeah, but if you go to my website anamibose.com, it's got the links to my YouTube, it's got the Twitter, it's got Instagram, it's got Facebook. You just click on the icons, it takes you straight into my pages. Of course, on YouTube, if you just search for any of the songs, you should be able to find me, or if you just type my name, you should be able to find me. But I would say my website is the one-stop shop. So it's better you go to my website, anamibose.com. It's really easy to remember, ANAMIBOSE, like the speakers, Bose.com. And then everything is in there. The audios are there. The videos that are going to release are in there. The premieres are announced, so you should get your reminders. And do go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, please, because there's a lot more work coming our way. Obviously, we're planning some more work going forward, which are going to be very, very different flavor to this. And I hope that I don't miss any of you. So please, please, please do go and subscribe to my YouTube channel and comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you liked. Let me know any requests you might have that you'd like me to sing for you, and I will definitely do that. I will do that for you.
That is really great, honestly, and it's going to be such a treat to our ears as well. But honestly, Anami, it has been so lovely speaking with you here and having this live session as well, because myself and everyone who tuned in, we just got to learn so much more about yourself and your work as well, and how hard you've been working, and it is really inspiring. And I really do hope that many others look at you and think, actually, I can pursue a career in music. I can do it. I can learn. And it's amazing the work you're doing. So for myself and everyone at SG1 Radio, we wish you all the very best. And thank you so
Thank
much
you.
for talking to us.
Thank you so much, Naz. Thank you for having me. It's lovely to see you and catch up with you again. And let's do it again sometime.
Yes, we really need to do. Yeah, and thank you to our viewers and listeners as well who tuned in today. I really hope you guys learned something new like I did.
Love you all, our viewers and listeners. Stay in touch.
Take care, and everyone keep watching SG1 Live and keep listening to SG1 Radio. I'll be back again on Saturday with another interview, so stay tuned. Bye.
Bye.